Good morning, everybody. Today we're talking about exploring majors and career paths at SDSU. So even if you're watching a recording of this later, if you don't mind taking a moment to go ahead and scan this QR code, just so I can see who is watching this and to get your feedback on presentations or any upcoming workshop ideas you have for us, I would really appreciate that if you could take just one moment to pause the screen and go ahead and sign in. So a quick outline of today's workshop. First, we're going to talk about the Undeclared Student Success Program here at SDSU and what resources are available to you. Then we're going to talk about some resources through the Career Center here. And then we will do a quick activity on how to choose a college major. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to declare a major or minor at SDSU. So first thing I want you to know about is the Undeclared Student Success Program here at San Diego State University. So the Undeclared Student Success Program supports students, who have not yet chosen a major, who are still exploring by partnering with different faculty and professors and staff and advisors across campus to really help students to explore and understand where their interests are at. So I want you to see the website. So the Undeclared Student Success Program, this just gives you a little bit more insight onto what they offer to students. But information you'll want to check out, you can look at all the different majors here at SDSU. You can schedule an appointment with an undeclared advisor. So if you're currently an undeclared student, in addition to having me as your honors minor, you also have an undeclared advisor that you can meet with on campus. And then this is a link to some Career Center resources. So just so you can see the exploration of majors page, let's click right here because it's going to show you all of the majors and minors and graduate programs that are available here. And it's nicely sorted alphabetically. So if you're an undergraduate student, you would just want to click bachelor's degree here on the left. And then you can just go ahead and scroll through. So if you want to know your options and what's out there, definitely check out this resource here of academic programs. So a question that gets asked a lot is, how long can I remain undeclared? So generally, we want students to aim to declare a major during their second or third semester at SDSU. So that will be either the second half of your first year here or the beginning of your second year here. And another important thing to know is that students who have earned 70 or more units must declare a major before they're able to continue enrolling in classes. So I mentioned that you can schedule an advising appointment with an undeclared advisor to kind of talk through your interests and major options on campus. And if you click on this link here, it'll take you to schedule an appointment with them. The next would be to look at registering for a general studies course. So let's take a look. You may hear these referred to as Gen S courses, as you can see right here. It's a pretty wide variety of topics. So things like building your future self for success in college and beyond, professional experience and community service, and then even options like civic engagement and peace and social justice. So definitely check these out if you have an interest. And then finally, if you are an undeclared student, you'll have access to their Canvas page, which will show announcements and important resources for you. And then finally, select your GE courses wisely. So as you know, students at SDSU have to complete a certain amount of general education courses before they can graduate. So some of those classes, would be like American institutions, your GE arts, humanities, lifelong learning and self-development, physical science, life science. So making sure that you're taking courses that fulfill GE requirements that are really interesting to you and things that you may want to explore, like new topics. So be meeting with me as your advisor, be meeting with your major advisor, and if you have another minor, be meeting with them as well to discuss classes available to you. One important thing though to know is that different departments or different majors on campus have different requirements. So a lot of majors require students to have a minimum GPA to progress from the pre-major status or the undeclared status to the official major status. So if we look at this page here, it's nice because it shows us, the major, the degree title, and then what is the required GPA. So you could see aerospace engineering, required GPA 2.7. Let's scroll down, like biology, required 2.8 GPA. Business administration looks like a 2.9. So important to be keeping track of this. Now I want to talk about some Career Center resources. So just so you know that these are available to you, the first thing is assessments. So if you're still kind of exploring maybe what major is going to be the best fit for you, or maybe what job you want after college, check out these assessment tools. They're pretty easy to use and kind of just like taking a really quick test to see what careers might be a good fit for you, what majors might be a good fit for you. So just know these are available for you. And if you want to take an assessment, you can ask a career counselor. You can schedule an appointment here. Career counseling at SDSU. This is a really awesome resource. The career counselors are trained to help you with so many different topics. So, of course, they can help you with things like going through your resume or doing mock interviews or going through a cover letter, but they can also help you with exploring major options and also career options. So let's say you know you want to major in psychology, but you're not sure what careers would pair well with that. So you could meet with the career counselor to talk about career options in psych, graduate school options in psychology, or in the reverse, maybe you know what kind of career you want. So let's say you're interested in being a lawyer and you want to determine what majors are going to be the best fit for getting into law school. They can help you with that as well. Next, I want to just talk a little bit more about the guidelines for choosing a major that the SDSU Career Center recommends. So there's 4 things that they recommend. First would be to explore your interests and your skills. Second would be to explore your values. And then third would be to identify and research majors that are most related to those interest, skills, and values that you have. And then finally, start exploring career options based off of those majors. So again, excellent website resource right here. Starts with exploring interests and skills. So thinking of questions like, do you prefer to work with data, people, or things? And defining the skills and strengths that you would like to use on a daily basis. Taking an assessment, like those assessments I talked about, that's recommended too, to kind of explore those interests and skills. And then exploring values. So this is diving a little bit deeper to determine, what is going to motivate you. There's another assessment that is available that talks about looking at your ethical and civic responsibility. So check these resources out. And then finally, so once you kind of decide and determine what your interests, skills, and values are, you want to look at different majors that are going to be the most compatible with those. And then finally, exploring career options. I'll talk a little bit more about this, but looking at going to career fairs, going to networking events, looking at internship opportunities, those can all be great resources for you too. We're going to do a quick activity. Feel free to get out a piece of paper and a pen, and then while we're going through this, if you're watching the recorded copy, you can always pause this and work on it and take your time. So first, I want you to draw a circle and next to it, label things that you're good at or what you're good at. So take a moment, just jot down all the things that come to mind that you are good at. Next, I want you to draw another circle that overlaps with it. And in this circle, I want you to label what people will pay you to do. Things that you are good at that people will also pay you to do. These can be good careers. So maybe these are not the most, amazing or the most impactful careers, but they could be good career options. So we're missing a very important piece, and that's what you're passionate about. So I want you to draw a third circle down here and label this what you're passionate about. In between what you're good at and what you're passionate about, but maybe not things people will pay you to do, those are going to be your hobbies. So you can fill in some of your hobbies right here. So for example, for myself, I really like to hike. I spend a lot of time outside hiking. Would people pay me to do that? Probably not that good. So that would be something for me that would be a hobby. Now, if we're looking between what you're passionate about and what people will pay you to do, but maybe something you're not that good at, that would be something that you are a fan of. So another example for myself, I really enjoy cooking. So, I'm very passionate about it. I think it's really fun and interesting to do. If I was a good cook, right? Of course, like there are definitely people who could get paid to be a chef. Now, am I good at it? Not that great. So it's probably more something that I'm a fan. Now, the sweet spot right here is looking at the overlap between what you're good at, what people will pay you to do, and what you're passionate about. And so that goes from good careers to great careers right here. And then what you could always do is go through this and take this with you to the Career Center. So when you meet with a career counselor, you can kind of take your notes to show them. It gets you brainstorming, right? Of course, this is not the only way to look at good careers or great careers for yourself. And finally, I just want to touch on some extra career resources available to you. So I did mention career fairs. Let's take a look at this. So there's a website here that shows you career fairs. They're held every semester. So some are more general career fairs, like you could see here. There was a day 1 and a day 2 career fair. And then there's some career fairs that are based by your major. So College of Business has a career fair, Education, Healthcare, and Service career fair, and then the Just in Time career fair will be this April. And then the next thing is Aztec Mentor Program. So this is available for junior, seniors, and graduate students. I would recommend looking into this as early as your junior year. So it pairs you with a mentor from the San Diego community. Sometimes it's an alum of SDSU, sometimes it's just someone in the community who wants to give back. And it's a great way to get to network and meet with a mentor in a career that you're interested in pursuing. So definitely check this out as a resource. It's available every semester. So you could sign up for this multiple semesters while you're here. Touch on how do you declare a major or a minor? So just know at SDSU, you can have up to 3 majors and 2 minors. So how do you go about officially declaring this? So there's 3 steps that you need to follow. It's a pretty quick form. So the first is going to be to complete the declaration or change of undergraduate major or minor form. So let's take a look at it. You would just fill out this top part right here. So last name, first name, middle, your red ID, and the date. And now depending if you are adding a minor, adding a second major, or declaring your primary major, you will just follow the steps here. So you'll go ahead and fill out this form. The next thing you'll do is bring that form with you to the major or the minor advisor for approval. So you'll need to get it signed off. And then finally, you will take the signed completed form and submit it to the registrar's office here on campus. Usually give them a few weeks for it to process, and then it will get updated in your academic profile. If you have any questions that weren't answered, please feel free to send me an email. Remember to scan this QR code if you get a chance. And if you have any additional questions, you can put them in there. You can let me know. Or if you have any ideas for upcoming workshops, I would appreciate it. But thank you for watching this video today and taking your time to attend this presentation.